Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome back to another random match here on WWE 2K17. Now this one is going to be another showcase of some more DLC. We've got here Kevin Nash taking on the DLC Sycho Sid. Now Sid has just been released a couple of days ago. I'm recording this a couple of days ago as well. I've literally just downloaded him and we are going to get a look at him straight away. Now I've done this match because this is just a match that I seem to remember back from WCW. I believe the match was to... The first person to use a jackknife powerbomb won the match. That's what I seem to recall it was. So that's not what we're going to have here as a stipulation. The stipulation is exactly as it is. Although no, I think I did Extreme Rules. It's Extreme Rules. There's no disqualification basically between these two guys. And I thought that'd be a decent one because these two guys are bound to put on a hell of a battle. I think two big men. No, I said two big there. Two big men. And are going to really go to war. And it's sort of, this DLC sort of give me a chance to see some of these other guys and make me a bit more excited to do some other different universe modes as we continue on. I want to try and get this one not over and done with. Not that it's a pain in the backside to do anything like that, but it's just with all the extra editing and all that sort of stuff, it does take a bit longer than what it probably would do. Because I'm trying to make the shows a bit more interesting this year, rather than just last year I just literally just played through it and skipped the loading screens. But I'm trying to make promos and trying to do backstage segments and cutscenes and all that sort of stuff. So it is taking a little bit longer than I first anticipated, but it's not a problem. I'm enjoying it, and I just think once we get through to the end of this one, which I've been writing the card for WrestleMania this morning while I was at work, because obviously I've got nothing better to do while I'm at work, and I've come out a 20-match WrestleMania at least. It could end up even being more at this rate, but some of the matches I've got planned are going to be pretty damn epic, I must say, if I don't say so myself. Some of them might seem a little bit obvious, but then again, some of them are a little bit left field and then might end up being very, very good. So it's going to be pretty good, actually. I'm looking forward to doing WrestleMania, but of course we've got another few weeks worth of the... Was it 8 weeks worth of the Universe mode yet to get through? I'm pretty sure we'll get it finished by Christmas, you know. I think we'll get it finished by Christmas, if not a little bit sooner. And then we can start doing our next Universe mode, which is probably going to be NXT. And then maybe do another one alongside NXT, I'm not sure yet. Sid's got a very, very slow entrance, hasn't he? I'm trying to talk my way through it all, but he's really taking his time. So what would you, Sid? Would you Sycho Sid maybe in a retro Universe mode? It's tricky. When did Sycho Sid debut in the WWE? That's a question. Let's Google that. Sycho... Spelled that completely wrong. Sycho Sid. He's 55 years old. Bloody hell. Sid Vicious, Sid Justice, or Sycho Sid, or simply just a Sid. La la la. Made his debut in WWF. He was around in 1987 to 1989. He was wrestling in Japan. New Japan, bloody hell. Then he went to WCW in 1989. And then he joined the WWF in 1991. I'm sure we can get away with using Sycho Sid in our retro roster. He just seems a little bit overpowered when you think that he's going to go into people like Hulk Hogan and people like that. It seems a little bit... I will be fine with it. He's a great person to have in that retro roster. And straight away, Nash looking for a weapon, and Sid catches him with that clubbing blow against the back and straight into the ring steps now. One thing I didn't look at, actually, is how high Sid is rating-wise. I didn't check that. I think Nash is rated pretty highly as well. Apparently, Sycho Sid's son... Frank was on Big Brother Season 14 and Big Brother Season 18. Ugh. Sycho Sid's son was in Big Brother. That sounds like a fun thing to do with your life, isn't it? Sitting around being filmed all day. Actually not too different to what I'm doing, is it really? Lazy Git, he just sits around recording himself all day in the Big Brother house and doesn't have a proper job. Well, I do have a proper job alongside this, I suppose, but Essentially, that's what I'm doing. I'm coming home and just recording myself playing these computer games. There we go. Who cares? It keeps me entertained, and hopefully it keeps you vaguely entertained for a small period of time as well. But to tell the truth, I enjoy doing this anyway, so I'm not going to stop doing this. Don't get me wrong, I would love to have a much bigger channel with loads and loads of subscribers, making some decent money out of YouTube and all that sort of stuff, but it's just not going to happen. But I enjoy what I'm doing. That's the whole thing. It's a bit of fun for me. It was a hobby, and I've actually started to enjoy computer games much more since I've started playing this game. Since I've started doing YouTube... Oh, I can't even talk now. Since I've started doing YouTube videos, I've started to enjoy games a bit more because I've seen them through a lot more. Stuff like Fallout 4, I've been playing that now for over a year. And I never would have done that before. I would have played it solidly for a few weeks and then just stopped for no apparent reason and then wouldn't be able to get back into it, and I'd probably go back and start again. So the fact now that I've got the whole way through the game, and in the next couple of weeks we'll be uploading the final sequences from Fallout 4, then we're going to go after the expansion packs. But yeah, it's so good. That's really helped me really enjoy games a lot more doing this YouTube channel. I do suggest it to anyone. I only started doing it really because I was never a very good sort of public speaker, and I had a bit of a stutter on the go and stuff like that. So I decided that doing this would sort of help me out that way. Just practicing my talking and stuff like that. And since I live on my own as well, it's handy. Otherwise you end up sat in silence all night, don't you? Well, I don't, because I'm mad and I start speaking to myself half the time. Sycho Sid now, backbreaker on Kevin Nash, and both guys are slowly getting further and further and further up the ramp. Sid now dropping a boot right into the gut of Kevin Nash. Now, I don't remember who won this match originally. I can't remember. Now, of course, if we do a retro universe mode, of course, like I was saying about having Sycho Sid in there, I think also having Diesel and Razor Ramon as well, of course. Come on, Sid, where are you going? Go down there and fight him. Why are you just stood there for? There we go. No, Sid desperately wants to go further up the ramp. And Nash abides. That boot to the gut, now taking Sid up, scoop slam. Stamping on the face of Sid. And a big knee to the face. And now Nash is taking Sid further up. Now this is an Extreme Rules match, but it's not a full scale match, so these guys do need to get back in the ring at some point if they want to win this one. Nash with a boot in the gut. Sid fighting free there. Bringing Nash back up to his feet, and now Sid is going to send Nash back down towards the ring, which is good. And now Sid's going to go back up the ramp. What are you doing, Sid? What are you doing? I think AI-wise, this game still has a lot of work to do, I think. And again, we're going to end up in the same situation here, are we? No, Sid's going to send Nash closer down, straight into the apron. Again, Sid's going back up the ramp. What are you doing, Sid? Continue your assault. Right, now they are both back closer to the ring. And is that Nash back in the ring? Then Nash is back in the ring. Sid joins him in there. Still a few. This has been another patch involved with this DLC as well. I don't know if the DLC was solely just the patch or whether there was some fixes there as well. But there should be some fixes because still, as you can see, there are some pretty big AI issues. There's a big choke slam there by Sid. Oh, but Nash fighting through with that boot to the face. Sid right hand to the gut of Nash. Went for an uppercut, and Nash, a right hand of his own, went for the big boot. Sid avoids it. Forearm. Elbow to the back of the head. Went for a boot to the gut, and Nash again avoids it. And Nash with a boot to the back of Sid. Uppercut. Both these guys just really swinging. Just trying to get control of this match just by catching the opponent unawares of a couple of big right hands. Big suplex there by Nash. Nash now to the outside. So he'll look for a weapon once again, maybe? We've seen he wants to utilise a weapon earlier on. And he has got himself a table. We've not done a table match yet on this game. We'll have to do one at some point because apparently there's a big improvement on table matches. Oh, Sycho Sid has Kevin Nash. Oh, choke slammed him onto the table. The table not yet been built, but still is a very hard object to... Oh, it's only a 2 count. That would have been a pretty cool finish, actually. I would have been happy enough with that. And Sycho Sid now lining up Kevin Nash. He's already hit him with 2 choke slams. Maybe a jackknife will be enough to finish Nash off. Ah, and again, it's onto the table. There's the pin. Of course, no rope breaks in an Extreme Rules match. And Nash kicked out. Nash has been choke slammed and jackknifed onto that table. And, yeah. Yeah, I think Sycho Sid could win this one. Ah, second jackknife onto the table. Surely this time. 1, 2, and 3. And there we go. Sycho Sid showcases himself very, very well here in this random match. Of course, like I said, this was a match to sort of showcase the DLC that has recently been made available. And if you would like to go and buy it, of course, I think it's worth it. You know, it's worth it for me because I think I'll get use out of these guys. Of course, in our retro universe mode, we'll be using Greg the Hammer Valentine, Bruce the Barber Beefcake. We'll be using Sycho Sid. So I think it's definitely worth it for us. So it's all down to you whether you think you would use these guys, because it is a few quid. It's like £6 or £7 to get these guys, so it's down to you whether you use them or not. I'm sure a lot of people get a lot of use out of Eddie Guerrero, but the others, probably not as big names. Tatanka is someone that not a lot of people probably use, I don't think. But Sycho Sid I can see being quite fun, quite a big dominant brute to use. And obviously Beefcake, and I think a lot of them are really good for bolstering up your universe mode. That's about it really, isn't it? But yeah, I'd like it, so it's all down to you guys, I suppose. Of course, if you have enjoyed this video, then please do hit that like button. It does really help me out. And of course, if you are new around here and you want to see some more, then please hit that subscribe button as well. I've been Shabby Gamer, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all very, very soon for another episode of our WWE 2K17 Random Matches.